The stars were cold and silent, stretching across the black sky like a blanket of forgotten dreams. Humanity's fleet drifted in the outer rim of the galaxy, invisible to the prying eyes of the alien empire. Every ship hummed quietly, engines barely whispering. The humans were waiting for the moment that would change the war forever. Captain Arlen stood on the bridge of the flagship Aegis. His eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned a holographic map of the alien capital. The fleet was enormous, more than anyone could imagine. Millions of alien soldiers, thousands of warships, all prepared to strike at any human colony that dared to rise against them. Most humans had feared this day would never come. But now the chance to fight back had arrived, and they would not waste it. "Status report," Arlen said, his voice calm but firm. Lieutenant Vera stepped forward, her fingers dancing over the control panel. "All ships are in position, Captain. Cloaking shields are stable. Our approach vector is undetectable. The alien sensors have not picked up anything unusual yet." Arlen nodded. "Good. Remember, this is not just a battle. This is a statement. One night, one strike, and we show them that humanity is not weak. Keep your eyes sharp. Silence is our weapon until the moment we strike." Below them, in the fleet, hundreds of young pilots prepared their fighters. Some were barely 20, their eyes wide with fear and excitement. They had trained for this moment for years, learning to move faster than alien tracking systems, to think smarter than alien generals, to strike harder than any enemy could imagine. Far away, on the alien homeworld, the capital gleamed under 3 suns. Its towers were tall, built from strange metals that shimmered like liquid glass. Alien ships moved like swarms of angry insects. Their leaders laughed, confident that humans would never reach them. They had crushed every colony in the past, destroyed every human settlement that dared resist. But the humans were different. Arlen knew it, and so did the crew of the Aegis. Humanity had learned from every battle, every defeat, every loss. They were no longer the frightened species hiding in the dark. Now they had patience, intelligence, and a plan that no alien could foresee. "Captain," Vera whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the engines. "Sensors detect a minor patrol near the edge of the system. They might be scanning for intruders." Arlen's jaw tightened. "Maintain formation. Do not engage, let them pass. We cannot risk alerting the capital. Our strike depends on surprise." The minutes passed slowly, stretching like shadows across the fleet. Every officer, every crew member, felt the tension. None of them spoke. Even the youngest cadets knew that a single mistake could mean disaster. And yet, the air was filled with a strange excitement, a spark of hope that humans had not felt in decades. Meanwhile, deep within the alien capital, Commander Zorath studied a glowing screen. He was tall, with scales that reflected the golden light of the suns. His eyes, sharp as knives, scanned the incoming signals. "Something is moving," he hissed. "Sensors detect faint anomalies at the edge of the sector. Prepare the fleet for inspection." His officers nodded, but they were confident. Humans had never reached this far. They had never dared. Zorath's mind, however, carried a small seed of unease. There was a strange pattern in the signals, a rhythm that did not belong to their normal patrols. But he dismissed it. Perhaps it was nothing. Perhaps the humans were still weak, still unworthy of attention. Back on the Aegis, Arlen moved along the bridge, watching his crew. Every eye was focused, every mind alert. "Remember," he said quietly, almost to himself, "tonight we do not fight like humans. We strike like ghosts. One night, one strike, and we show them what we are capable of." He turned to the holographic map. The alien capital was surrounded by layers of defense grids. Shield generators, plasma turrets, defense drones, all designed to destroy anything foolish enough to approach. Most humans would have seen the defenses and turned away. Most humans would have surrendered before even trying, but not this fleet. Not the humans under Arlen. They had studied every weakness, every blind spot, every pattern of alien patrols. They knew the timing of the shields, the rotation of the drones, the energy output of the turrets. Every detail was memorized, every path mapped. And tonight, they would use it to their advantage. The first wave of human fighters detached from the main fleet. They moved silently, like shadows slipping past the light. Each pilot knew their role, each maneuver calculated to the second. Vera watched the displays, her fingers dancing over controls as if conducting a symphony of destruction that had not yet begun. Formation perfect, she whispered. All units ready to engage on your mark, Captain. Arlen nodded. Hold and wait for the signal. The alien patrol passed the perimeter, oblivious to the fleet moving just beyond detection. Zorath's suspicion flickered briefly, but he dismissed it. He would regret that choice. Suddenly, on the bridge of the Aegis, a warning light blinked. It was subtle, almost easy to ignore, but Vera froze. Captain, minor shield fluctuation. Could be a sensor glitch. Arlen's eyes narrowed. Monitor closely. This might be our first warning that the enemy is aware of something. Hours passed. The suns of the alien homeworld began to set, bathing the capital in a blood-red light. The human fleet drifted closer, every ship holding its breath in silence. The tension was unbearable, yet electrifying. Finally, Arlen gave the order. Strike. Teams, engage. From hidden launch bays, hundreds of small craft shot forward, weaving through the alien defenses like needles through cloth. They were ghosts, invisible until the last moment. Explosions suddenly erupted in the distant capital. Shield generators overloaded, plasma turrets blew apart, and communication relays went silent. On the surface, alien soldiers screamed in confusion. Their leaders had not expected an attack. Zorath roared in rage, sending wave after wave of fighters to intercept. But they were already too late. The humans had vanished, leaving only destruction behind. Back on the Aegis, Arlen watched the battle unfold through sensors. Every explosion, every alarm, every moment of alien panic was a testament to human planning and courage. And yet, knew the war was only beginning. Tonight, they had struck the heart of the alien empire. But tomorrow would test them even further. Report, he demanded. Vera's fingers flew over controls. Strike successful. Major targets destroyed. Enemy communications down. Casualties minimal. Arlen allowed himself a brief smile. Good. Prepare for extraction. We leave before they can regroup. We move like shadows. Disappear into the void. Humanity has made its statement tonight. The aliens will remember this day. The crew of the Aegis felt a surge of pride, but also fear. They had done what many thought impossible. They had struck the alien capital and survived. But somewhere in the depths of space, the alien leaders would be planning revenge, and the humans knew the next battle would be even deadlier. As the fleet silently withdrew into the darkness, leaving the burning alien capital behind, Arlen stood on the bridge, staring into the endless stars. The quiet had returned. The galaxy was silent once more. But humanity had changed forever, and the war was far from over. The alien capital was in chaos. Explosions lit the night sky as fire spread across towering metal structures. Smoke curled into the air, carrying the smell of burning circuits and alien fuel. Soldiers screamed, running through streets that once gleamed under three suns. This was supposed to be the heart of the Empire, invincible and untouchable. But tonight, humans had shown them otherwise. Commander Zorath could hardly believe his eyes. His patrols had reported strange disturbances at the edge of the system hours before, but he had dismissed them as minor technical glitches, now entire. Sections of the city were burning, communications were shattered, and the alien generals were in panic. Report! Zorath roared, scales bristling with rage. Where are our defenses? Why are the alarms not working? An officer stammered, Sir, multiple explosions. Generators destroyed, communications offline. Zorath's claws clenched. Impossible. No species could reach this far without detection. Prepare reinforcements. I want fighters in the sky within minutes. Meanwhile, in the depths of space, Captain Arlen watched the sensors with satisfaction. Every target they had planned to destroy was falling exactly as intended. Shield generators had been overloaded, turrets destroyed, communication towers silenced. Humanity's first strike on the alien capital was a success, and not a single human ship had been lost. Lieutenant Vera stood next to him, eyes wide with excitement. The first wave is complete, Captain. All primary objectives are hit. They are confused. We have their attention. Arlen nodded, but his expression remained serious. Good, but remember, this is only the beginning. We cannot linger. We strike fast and disappear. That is our advantage. Deep inside the alien capital, panic spread among soldiers and civilians alike. Screens flickered with chaotic images of destruction. Officers ran from station to station, trying to assess the damage. It was as if the Empire itself had been suddenly struck by a storm from nowhere. Commander, the city is on fire. Communication relays offline. We can't coordinate. Another officer shouted. Zorath's eyes narrowed. He had faced strong enemies before, but humans were different. They were unpredictable, intelligent, and ruthless. Deploy all defense fleets. Scan for cloaked ships. They are hiding somewhere, and we will find them. But the humans were already moving silently through the shadows. Small strike teams slipped past defenses, placing sabotage devices at key locations. Power plants, weapon depots, and tactical command centers. Every target was marked for destruction. On the surface, civilians watched in horror as explosions tore through the city. Alien families fled through smoke-filled streets, unsure who was attacking or why. Some soldiers tried to restore order, but the panic was unstoppable. Even the most disciplined units were breaking apart, running into each other in confusion. Captain Arlen turned to his officers. Phase 2 begins now. Infiltration teams, prepare to enter the city. Strike silently, hit hard, leave nothing behind. Tonight, the alien empire will know fear. The infiltration teams, small squads of elite soldiers, prepared for descent. Their ships were quiet, almost invisible against the dark sky. Each soldier knew the city layout, the timing of patrols, and the location of critical targets. They were ghosts in the alien world, moving with precision and deadly efficiency. As they entered the city's atmosphere, alien sensors briefly flickered, detecting something, but too late. The squads had already vanished into the shadows, planting devices and creating chaos from within. Zorath paced furiously in his command center. How is this possible? How can a human fleet reach our capital without detection? All defenses are operational. They should have been stopped. An advisor spoke carefully. Sir, it appears they are using unconventional tactics. Not brute force, but intelligence. Calculated strikes, cloaking, speed. Zorath's eyes blazed. No species has ever used intelligence like this against us. No species has dared. Above the city, human pilots weaved between explosions, disabling remaining turrets and security drones. Their speed and coordination were unmatched. Each pilot knew their role perfectly, each maneuver timed to perfection. The aliens could only watch, confused and terrified. In the alien command center, alarms screamed as the remaining defenses failed. Zorath tried to regain control, issuing orders to intercept human squads. Fighters were scrambled, but humans moved faster than any alien ship could track. Every counterattack failed. The capital's streets burned. And the alien leadership realized they were under siege in ways they had never imagined. Back in space, Arlen monitored the battle with a calm focus. "Vera, how's the infiltration?" "All teams are in position." "Captain, explosives planted, sabotage initiated. They won't know we were here until it's too late." The city shook as the devices detonated. Power grids collapsed, weapon systems went offline, and communication networks failed completely. For the first time in recorded history, the alien capital was vulnerable. Chaos had replaced order. Panic had replaced confidence. Zoreth slammed his claw against the console. "This cannot be. Humans cannot do this." But the humans were already moving out. Phase 3 of their plan required extraction before the aliens could regroup. The fleets began retreating into the shadows, disappearing into space as quickly as they had arrived. The capital burned behind them, a glowing warning across the galaxy. Humanity had arrived, and they were not to be underestimated. On the ground, alien soldiers tried to regroup, but it was impossible. Key leaders were gone. Communication was broken, and confusion reigned. Panic spread like wildfire, and fear replaced loyalty. Captain Arlen finally allowed himself a small smile. "Report, Lieutenant." "All targets hit, casualties minimal. Extraction complete. We vanish into the void. The alien capital is in chaos. They will remember this night." The crew of the Aegis felt a surge of pride, but also tension. The battle had been a success, but the war was far from over. They had shown strength, intelligence, and courage. They had struck fear into the heart of the alien empire. Yet somewhere, out there, the enemy was already plotting revenge. As the human fleet vanished into darkness, leaving the burning alien capital behind, the galaxy seemed quiet once again. But the shadows of fear stretched across the empire. The aliens would rebuild, but they would never forget this night. Humanity had shown them a power that could not be ignored. Captain Arlen stood on the bridge, staring into the endless black of space. "Tonight, we sent a message," he said softly. "Not just to the aliens, but to the entire galaxy. Humans are here. Humans are dangerous, and humans will not back down." The fleet moved silently, invisible, like shadows between the stars. They had struck without mercy, leaving chaos and fear behind. And somewhere deep in the alien empire, Commander Zoreth clenched his claws, swearing that humans would pay. But for now, the humans had the night. And in war, the night belonged to those who dared. The alien capital still burned under the shadow of human attack. Fires raged across its streets, twisting the tall towers of metal into glowing skeletons. Communication lines were shattered, shield generators lay in ruins, and panic filled every corner of the city. For the first time in history, the aliens had tasted fear. Captain Arlen watched the reports with calm eyes. On the bridge of the Aegis, every display showed success. The strike had not just destroyed structures, it had shattered confidence. The alien fleet, which once seemed unstoppable, was now scattered and confused. "Phase 3 begins now," Arlen said, his voice steady but firm. "We move in deeper. Take control of strategic locations. Disable their weapons and communications entirely. Make them believe humans are everywhere." Lieutenant Vera's fingers flew over the controls. "All teams are ready, Captain. We've mapped every remaining defense. Their movements are predictable. Even their elite units cannot respond fast enough." Arlen nodded. "Good. Keep in mind, speed is our ally. Surprise is our weapon. One mistake and the advantage is gone. Remember, the war has changed, but the fight is far from over." Deep within the alien command centers, Commander Zoreth roared in frustration. His officers tried to rebuild the destroyed systems, but every attempt failed. "We have been attacked and outsmarted," he hissed. "Humans are not just brave, they are clever. They understand strategy in ways we do not expect. Bring every fleet forward. Hunt them down. show them the might of the Empire. But it was too late. The humans were already inside the city, slipping between patrols and sabotaging weapons depots. Small squads moved with precision, striking silently before disappearing into shadowed corridors. Every move was calculated, designed to maximize fear and confusion. Alien soldiers had no time to react. Every counterattack faltered. On the streets, chaos spread like wildfire. Civilians ran, soldiers panicked, and the elite guards who once seemed invincible were overwhelmed by invisible human forces. Explosions rocked the city in waves, each one sending shockwaves of terror through the alien populace. Back on the Aegis, Arlen watched the holographic displays. "Vera, how are our strike teams?" "All squads are performing beyond expectations, Captain. Resistance is minimal. Alien commanders cannot coordinate. Their communication channels are down." "We have control of key points in the city," Vera replied. The human fleet moved like ghosts in the darkness. Each squad had a target, and every target was destroyed or neutralized. The aliens could not even locate the attackers. Panic consumed their ranks. For the first time they felt vulnerable, and it terrified them. In the alien skies, the defense fleet scrambled desperately. Fighters were sent to intercept, but the humans were faster, smarter, and invisible until the last moment. Every countermeasure failed. Alien warships collided, communication failed, and their formations collapsed. The human strike had changed the war in ways no one could have predicted. On the streets, human squads disabled alien weapons factories. Explosives ripped through ammunition depots. Energy cores were sabotaged. The alien soldiers had no time to respond, no way to understand how the humans were operating with such intelligence and precision. Commander Zorath watched the destruction unfold from his command center. His scales gleamed in the dim light of flickering screens. Impossible. Humans are everywhere. They strike where we are weak, move where we cannot follow, disappear where we should be able to capture them. An advisor trembled as he spoke. "Sir, they are not just fighting. They are controlling the battlefield, our elite units. They cannot contain them, humans. They are changing the very rules of war." Zorath's eyes burned with rage. "Then we adapt. Send more troops. Bring every resource. We cannot allow this to continue. The humans must die, or our empire dies with them." Meanwhile, the humans were already executing the next phase. Special operations squads infiltrated alien command centers, disabling remaining communication relays. Enemy leaders could no longer issue orders. Panic spread faster than fire, consuming everything the aliens had built. Back on the Aegis, Arlen studied the city through sensors. "Phase 3 is complete," he said. "We have crippled their defenses. We have shattered their command. And we have shown them what humans can do when they act as one." Vera's eyes sparkled with determination. "They will not recover quickly, Captain. Their fleets are scattered, their leaders confused, and their soldiers terrified. Humanity has the initiative now." The alien capital was in flames. Streets that once teemed with soldiers were empty, except for the scattered units trying desperately to restore order. Panic and fear had replaced discipline and confidence. Human squads moved like shadows, striking silently and vanishing before they could be caught. Zorath's mind raced. He had faced countless enemies, but none like this. Humans were unpredictable, relentless, and intelligent. Every plan he made was countered before it could take effect. He realized with a sinking feeling that this was not just a battle. This was a war that humans had already begun to change forever. Above the city, human fighters moved with precise coordination, every turret disabled, every patrol neutralized. The alien defense forces were paralyzed, unable to respond. The humans were ghosts, striking where they were needed, disappearing where they should not be found. On the ground, Elite human squads disabled energy cores, destroyed weapon caches, and sabotaged alien vehicles. Each move was designed not just to destroy, but to terrorize. Alien soldiers screamed in confusion, unable to comprehend the speed and precision of their invisible enemy. Back in the command center, Zorith's officers argued, "We cannot coordinate. They strike too quickly. They are everywhere." Zorith slammed his claw against the console. "We adapt, we fight, we hunt them down." But the humans were already gone. The city was in chaos, their strike completed with minimal casualties on the human side. They had moved fast, struck hard, and disappeared before the aliens could regroup. Captain Arlen allowed himself a brief smile. "This is only the beginning," he said quietly. "They will never underestimate humans again. They will remember this night forever." Vera nodded. "The war is changing, Captain. The aliens are scared, and fear can be more powerful than any weapon." The human fleet moved silently back into space, leaving the burning capital behind. Fires continued to rage, alarms continued to blare, but the humans were gone, leaving only destruction and fear in their wake. For the first time, the alien empire realized that humans were not just another species to conquer. They were intelligent, unpredictable, and deadly. The rules of war had shifted, and humanity had seized the initiative. In the silent darkness of space, Arlen stood on the bridge, staring into the stars. "We have changed the war tonight. They will fight harder, but we have shown them who we are, and we will not stop until victory is ours." The galaxy was quiet once again, but the echoes of human strikes would reverberate for a long time. Aliens would rebuild, yes. They would retaliate, yes. But now humanity had the upper hand. Humanity had shown them what fear truly was, and as the fleet drifted into the shadows, invisible and unstoppable, one thing was certain: the war had changed, and humanity was ready to fight on its own terms. The alien capital was still trembling from the human strike. Fires painted the night sky red and orange, smoke curling into the heavens like dark fingers of warning. Streets were empty, towers cracked, and soldiers ran in panic. The alien empire had never known fear like this before. For the first time, their greatest city was vulnerable, and the humans were moving through it with deadly precision. Captain Arlen stood on the bridge of the Aegis, watching through the sensors as his infiltration teams moved silently across the city. They were small squads, elite soldiers trained for this moment. Each step, each maneuver, had been rehearsed countless times. Their objective was clear: take control of the alien capital's critical points, capture their technology, and leave before the enemy could react. Lieutenant Vera's fingers danced over the controls. "All teams are in position, Captain. Entry. Points secured. The elite squads have bypassed the remaining patrols. The capital's core facilities are within reach." Arlen nodded, his expression unreadable. "Good. Remember, we strike like shadows. No mercy. Precision over brute force. Take what we need and leave them questioning everything they know." Far below, in the heart of the city, alien soldiers struggled to regain control. Their communication systems were crippled, power grids were failing, and panic spread like wildfire. Commander Zorith barked orders, but it was futile. The humans were already inside, moving through corridors and towers like ghosts. The first human squad moved through a series of maintenance tunnels beneath the capital. The walls were metal and cold, lined with conduits pulsing with energy. Every sound echoed loudly, yet the humans were silent. They moved in perfect synchronization, knowing when to pause, when to advance, and when to strike. Sergeant Cade, leading the team, whispered into his unit, "Positions set, on my mark. Engage." Explosions ripped through the corridors as sabotage devices disabled security systems. Alien guards ran toward the noise, only to be met with trained human squads. The fight was swift, precise, and brutal. No unnecessary movement, no wasted energy. Every alien that stood in the path of the humans was neutralized. Above. In the skies, human pilots disabled remaining turrets and anti-air systems. Their speed was unmatched. Every move predicted the enemy's response. Alien fighters scrambled to intercept, but humans struck and vanished before the aliens could target them. In the capital's central facility, another squad entered the main control hub. This was the heart of the alien command system, controlling communications, energy, distribution, and tactical operations. The humans moved like a storm, planting devices and hacking into alien systems. Alarms blared, but it was too late. The humans were already gone from sight, leaving destruction in their wake. Zorath paced furiously in his command center. How is this possible? Every system we control, compromised. Every response, predicted. Humans, they are everywhere. I cannot stop them. An advisor approached cautiously. Commander, it is as if they know our strategies before we even execute them. Their infiltration is perfect. We cannot contain them. Zorath's eyes burned with fury. Then we adapt, hunt them, destroy them before they finish. Mobilize all elite units. But the humans had already anticipated this. Another team moved into the alien war technology storage. They examined weapons, energy cores, and experimental devices. Every piece of alien technology was cataloged. Some destroyed to prevent use against humans, others captured for study. Lieutenant Vera reported, "Captain, we have secured critical tech. Energy weapons, propulsion systems, shield modules. All intact. We can learn from these and use them against the enemy." Arlen allowed a brief smile. "Excellent. Knowledge is just as powerful as firepower. Every device we capture will give humanity an advantage in the battles to come." Meanwhile, the alien capital descended further into chaos. Soldiers fought each other in confusion. Civilians ran blindly through streets torn apart by explosions and collapsing towers. Elite alien units, trained for war, could not respond effectively. Fear had paralyzed them. On the surface, human squads moved with silent precision. One team sabotaged power generators, another disabled communications, while a third struck at armored facilities. Every action had been calculated to maximize disruption and terror. The aliens could not comprehend the speed, strategy, or efficiency of their enemy. Commander Zorath's frustration grew. "We cannot hold this city. They move faster than thought. They strike where we are weakest. They are not fighting like humans. They are monsters." The human teams pressed on. In one district, they encountered an elite alien squad, armored and trained to perfection. The fight was intense. Lasers and plasma weapons clashed, but humans had studied alien tactics. Every move, every attack was countered with intelligence and precision. The elite squad fell, leaving no survivors. Another human team approached the central energy core of the capital. It was heavily guarded, but humans had a plan. Using diversion tactics, they drew guards away, then silently infiltrated the core facility. Explosives were placed at critical junctions. Alarms screamed as the sabotage devices detonated, cutting power to entire sections of the city. Zorath's officers shouted in panic. "The core is failing, shields down. Communications offline." But humans were already gone, moving to the next target. The alien capital was unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Above, the Aegis and accompanying fleet observed the city. Every sensor confirmed the success of the ground teams. Every key target was neutralized or captured. Humanity had not only struck the alien capital, they had taken control of it without losing a single ship. Arlen turned to his crew. "This is the human advantage," he said. "We are not the strongest, but we are the smartest. We do not rely on brute force alone. We strike where they are weak, move faster than they can track, and leave them wondering what hit them." Vera nodded. They are in shock, Captain. Their elite units are falling. Their command structure is broken. Fear has taken over. They will regroup eventually. But tonight, they have seen what humans can do. On the ground, humans continued to move silently through the alien capital. In one district, a small squad disabled weapon factories. Energy weapons, drones, and armored vehicles were either destroyed or captured. Civilians watched in fear, unsure who the invaders were or why they were moving so efficiently. Commander Zoreth realized the full scale of disaster. We have underestimated them completely. They are not just fighters, they are strategists, engineers, and hunters. Humans, they are changing the war before our eyes. But it was too late. Humans had captured critical alien technology, sabotaged defenses, and disappeared like shadows. Fires still burned in the city, alarms still screamed, but the attackers were gone. Captain Arlen stood on the bridge of the Aegis, looking at the map of the capital. "The advantage is ours for now," he said quietly. "We have shown them what humans can do. Knowledge, speed, and strategy, these are our greatest weapons. The alien empire will recover eventually, but they will never see us the same way again." Vera smiled. "They are shaken, Captain. This is more than a strike, it is a warning. Humanity has the upper hand tonight." The fleet began to retreat into the darkness of space. Fires continued to burn in the alien capital, but the humans were gone. The shadow of fear remained, a warning etched into the hearts of the alien empire. And as Arlen looked into the endless stars, he knew this night would be remembered. Not as a battle won by sheer force, but as the night humans showed the galaxy the true meaning of cunning, strategy, and the advantage of intelligence. The war had changed, and humanity was ready to strike again, smarter and faster than anyone could anticipate. The alien capital was unrecognizable. Fires burned endlessly across metal streets. Towers groaned as explosions ripped through their cores, and smoke filled the air, obscuring the three suns that once bathed the city in golden light. The sound of sirens, alarms, and screams echoed through every corner. Panic had replaced discipline. Order had been shattered. Humanity had arrived, and the Empire could not recover fast enough. Captain Arlen watched the chaos unfold on the sensors aboard the Aegis. His crew stood ready, tense but alert. "Phase 5 begins now," he said quietly. "We maintain pressure. We strike where they are weakest and vanish before they understand what hit them. Tonight, the alien capital will know fear in every street." Lieutenant Vera's fingers flew over the controls. "All infiltration teams report back, Captain. We have complete control of critical zones. The remaining enemy forces are scattered and confused. Their command is broken. Chaos reigns." Arlen nodded, a shadow of a smile crossing his face. "Good. Keep teams moving. Continue sabotage and disruption. Destroy their weapons, break their morale, and make them doubt their empire's power. The aliens must know. Humans are unstoppable tonight." Deep within the alien command centers, Commander Zoreth roared in frustration. His claws slammed against consoles as alarms screamed around him. "How can this be possible? Every system we rely on is failing. Every strategy anticipated. Humans. They are everywhere at once." An advisor stammered, "Commander, it seems they are striking unpredictably. Every move is calculated. Our elite units are failing, faster than expected." Zoreth's eyes blazed. "We cannot allow this. Mobilize all reserves. Hunt them down. Destroy every human on sight." But it was too late. Human squads were already inside the city, moving like shadows between ruins and fire. One team infiltrated the main energy plant, cutting off power to entire districts. Explosions rocked the facility as the alien soldiers tried to respond, only to find humans gone, leaving devastation behind. On the streets, civilians ran blindly, screaming in fear. Alien soldiers tried to organize, but chaos was contagious. Patrols collided, orders were ignored, and fear spread faster than any command could travel. Even the most elite alien units were paralyzed by confusion. Captain Arlen observed the ground. Teams through holographic displays. "Focus on their weapons factories and supply depots next," he ordered. "We destroy their ability to fight back tonight. Keep moving. Hit every weak point. Make them question their very survival." Another team moved through the industrial sector, sabotaging energy weapons, drones, and armored vehicles. They worked quickly, efficiently, leaving destruction in their wake. Every building they passed became a symbol of fear, a reminder that humans could strike anywhere. Above the city, human pilots disabled turrets and anti-air defenses with surgical precision. Alien fighters scrambled to intercept, but humans moved faster, appearing and disappearing like ghosts. The remaining defense units could do nothing but watch in horror. In one district, a small squad faced an elite alien battalion. The clash was intense. Lasers and plasma fire streaked across the air. But humans had studied their tactics. Every attack was countered, every move anticipated. The aliens fell quickly, their morale shattered, their strategy useless against intelligent human fighters. Meanwhile, Commander Zorith's frustration reached a peak. "We are losing control. The capital is collapsing. They move faster than our response," he bellowed. An advisor whispered nervously, "Sir, they are not just fighting. They are controlling the battlefield. Fear spreads faster than our soldiers can react. The city, the empire, it trembles." Zorith's eyes narrowed, but even he knew the truth. Humanity had changed the war. One strike had shifted the balance. The aliens were no longer untouchable. Their capital, their pride, their empire, all were under human control tonight. On the ground, human squads continued to infiltrate and sabotage. Weapons factories exploded, power grids failed, and communication towers went dark. Alien soldiers ran through the streets, confused, terrified, unsure where the attackers were or where they would strike next. Every move of the humans seemed unpredictable, unstoppable. Back aboard the Aegis, Captain Arlen monitored every team. "Vera, how are the squads doing?" "All teams report success, Captain. Critical targets destroyed or captured. Enemy forces scattered. Casualties minimal. The capital is in chaos." "They will not recover quickly," she replied. Arlen allowed himself a brief smile. "Excellent. This is more than destruction. This is a statement. Humanity is here. Humanity is dangerous. And humanity will not be stopped." The chaos continued to spread. Alien leadership tried to coordinate, but with communication networks offline, energy grids failing, and soldiers in panic, every attempt to regain control failed. The capital was a battlefield of fear, uncertainty, and destruction. One human squad infiltrated a secret research facility, capturing experimental weapons and technology. Every device they took was cataloged, some destroyed to prevent future use, others captured to give humans an advantage in upcoming battles. Every step they took deepened the chaos and terror among alien forces. Commander Zorith realized the scale of disaster. "They have not only attacked, they have taken control. Every system we rely on is compromised. Our empire, our pride. Humanity has shattered it in a single night. Even elite alien units could not respond. The humans struck where they were weakest, moved faster than detection systems, and vanished before retaliation. Fear had replaced confidence, and the empire trembled at the unknown. Captain Arlen issued final orders for the phase. "All squads, extract. Leave nothing but disruption and fear behind. We vanish before they can regroup. Humanity has sent a message tonight. The alien capital will never be the same." The teams withdrew silently, disappearing into the shadows of ruined streets. Fires still burned, alarms still screamed, but the humans were gone. Chaos remained as a permanent mark on the city and in the minds of every alien soldier who survived. Lieutenant Vera reported, "Extraction complete, Captain. All teams accounted for, objectives achieved. The alien capital is in complete disorder." Arlen nodded. "Good. Tonight we have not just struck, they have felt our power, our intelligence, and our precision. They will remember this night. Humanity has gained the advantage, and fear will be our ally for the next battle." The human fleet moved silently back into the darkness of space, leaving the burning alien capital behind. Fires still consumed the city. The screams of alien soldiers echoed, and panic remained in every corner. The Empire would rebuild, but the memory of tonight would remain forever. Zoreth stood in his command center, staring at the burning city, his claws clenched. "We underestimated them. Humans are not just strong. They are smart, they are ruthless, and they will never be stopped." Above, the stars stretched silently across the galaxy, hiding the fleet that had brought the Empire to its knees. "Captain." Arlen looked at the endless black, knowing the war had changed. Humanity had shown its power, its intelligence, and its fearlessness. The alien capital was chaos. The Empire was shaken. And humanity had the upper hand for the first time in the war. The galaxy had never been quieter or more dangerous. The alien capital still smoldered from the human strikes. Fires lit the night sky. Towers were reduced to twisted metal, and smoke carried a bitter, acrid smell. For the first time, the Empire had been shown its vulnerability. Humanity had arrived, and its impact would echo across the stars. Captain Arlen stood on the bridge of the Aegis, staring into the void. Every sensor blinked with reports of success. The infiltration squads had returned, the captured technology secured, and enemy forces scattered. Humanity had struck hard, fast, and precise. Now it was time to plan the next step. Lieutenant Vera approached, excitement and tension mixing in her eyes. "Captain, all squads report back. Objectives complete. Alien forces are disorganized. Their command structure is fractured. We've delivered a message they cannot ignore." Arlen nodded slowly. "Good, but remember, this is not the end. The alien empire will rebuild. They will adapt. They will seek revenge. The war has changed tonight, but the fight is far from over. Humanity must be ready." Far below, in the heart of the alien capital, Commander Zoreth paced like a caged predator. The city was in ruins, fires still burning, alarms screeching. Soldiers ran in panic, elite units broken, and the population terrified. The Empire's pride had been shattered in a single night. "They have done the impossible," Zoreth muttered, claws clenching. "No species should have reached this far. No attack should have struck with such precision. Yet they have. Humans are extraordinary." An officer dared to speak. "Commander, their tactics, they are not conventional. They strike where we are weak, move faster than detection, and vanish before we can respond. Even our elite forces cannot contain them." Zoreth's eyes narrowed. "Then we must evolve. We will learn from this. We will hunt them, and one day, humanity will pay for this." Meanwhile, above the burning city, human teams moved silently across the stars. The fleet remained undetected, sensors scanning for any remaining threats. Captain Arlen reviewed the data. "We have taken control of their critical technology, disrupted command, and shattered morale. The upper hand is ours for now." Lieutenant Vera leaned over his shoulder. "Captain, the alien empire will never see humans the same way again. Their leaders are terrified. Soldiers are demoralized. We have proven that intelligence and strategy can surpass sheer numbers." Arlen's expression remained serious. "Fear is a weapon, Vera. We have shown them that humans are not to be underestimated. Every move we make now will be calculated to keep that advantage. The war is forever changed. Below, in the alien streets, chaos reigned. Fires spread, alarms wailed, and soldiers argued over orders that no longer mattered. The elite units that once formed the backbone of the Empire's defense were decimated or scattered. Civilians fled in terror, unsure of who was attacking or why. Humanity had turned the heart of the Empire into a nightmare. On the outskirts, human squads secured captured technology. Alien weapons, energy cores, and experimental devices were cataloged and loaded for transport. This knowledge would give humanity the edge in future battles. Every device captured was a tool, every destroyed system a message. Humans were powerful, intelligent, and unyielding. Captain Arlen addressed his team on the bridge. The aliens will rebuild, yes. They will retaliate, yes. But tonight we have shown them the meaning of human strategy. We strike fast, we strike smart, and we leave them questioning their own power. That is our advantage. That is what makes us different. Vera nodded. They are shaken, Captain. The Empire has been humiliated. Their fear will linger longer than any fire we set. Humanity has gained respect and terror in one night. Commander Zoreth refused to surrender. From his command center, he issued orders to gather remaining fleets and reorganize defenses. But the humans had already disappeared. Their ships moved like shadows, impossible to track, untouchable. Every plan Zoreth made was rendered useless by speed, intelligence, and foresight got in the human fleet. Arlen reviewed the captured alien data. Every weapon, every propulsion system, every shield module. This knowledge is more valuable than any victory in battle. We will learn from it, improve our own technology, and ensure humanity is never caught unprepared again. Lieutenant. Vera studied the holographic displays. Captain, the Empire underestimates us because they think in numbers. We think in strategy, coordination, and timing. Fear is now on our side. They will hesitate, second-guess, and falter. Humanity will strike again, stronger than ever. Across the burning city, alien forces tried to regroup. Soldiers moved in uncoordinated clusters, attempting to reclaim control. But the damage was done. Morale was shattered. Communication networks destroyed. Weapons facilities sabotaged. Their leadership questioned their own decisions. The human strike had rewritten the rules of engagement. Commander Zoreth clenched his claws, rage and fear twisting his features. We must adapt. We cannot allow this to continue. Humans. They are beyond anything we expected. Above, the human fleet drifted silently, unseen. Fires burned below, the city still alive with chaos, but the humans had delivered their message. Humanity was not just another species in the galaxy. Humanity was a force to be feared, respected, and remembered. Captain Arlen looked out at the stars, calm yet determined. Tonight we have changed the war. We have shown that intelligence, strategy, and courage can overcome any empire. But the fight is not over. The aliens will retaliate. They will come for revenge, and when they do, humanity will be ready. Vera placed a hand on his shoulder. The Empire will remember this night, Captain. They will never forget. Humans have the upper hand for now. Arlen nodded, his eyes scanning the endless black. And we will keep it. The war is forever changed. From now on, humanity fights not just to survive, but to dominate. Every battle, every strike, every victory will remind the galaxy what humans are capable of. The human fleet moved into the darkness, leaving the burning alien capital behind. Fires still raged, alarms still echoed, and panic remained in every corner. But humanity had the advantage. Humanity had knowledge, strategy, and fear on its side. The galaxy would never be the same. Commander Zoreth watched the horizon from his ruined command center. The stars were calm, but the knowledge of what had happened tonight weighed heavily on him. Humanity had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same. The war was forever changed. And for the first time, the galaxy understood. Humans were not a species to challenge lightly.